So first, I'm going to show you how to make a matchmaking system. It's actually pretty easy. Like, the only block you need, it is the closed server block. That's like the only requirement. You'll need some other stuff, obviously, but that's like the main important part. So I'll just show you two ways to do it. One's way easier, and then one's a bit more complicated, but it's fine. All right, so the first way I'm going to show you on how to make matchmaking is with variables. So first you're going to have the closed server block, obviously. Then you're going to place on your variable definition. It doesn't matter the color, it can be whatever. And then you want to get the player count setter and equals, and and also you'll need something to power this block. So either preferably like a power block like this, or you could use like any toggleable knot. So you could like have a knot gauge, just something that keeps this powered. So you can see that sets this variable to how many players are in the lobby. So you're gonna use that to set it to how many players you want it to be in the lobby. So if you want a max of like, let's say 2 people in the lobby at one time, you're gonna set the equals sign to 2, and then you're gonna hook that straight up to the closed server block. So that just means once there's 2 people in the server, it will close the server, stopping anyone else from joining except for friends, which it sucks. Nathan, if you're watching this, please make it so it just closes it for everybody so nobody can join. But friends can still join you in your lobby, but no random people will be able to join once 2 people are in the lobby. Now the second way I'm going to show you, it's a bit less like efficient, I guess, but you're still going to want the closed server block. You're going to get like some sort of like receiver, so let's just hook this up to that, and then have like a transmitter. So you're gonna have like, let's say you have a custom game mode, and then you want it so when it starts, nobody else can join. You're gonna hook this up to the green output. I'm pretty sure it might be yellow, but I'm pretty sure it's green. And that will just close the server. But I don't know if this, you might not have to do this, but just in case, put like a toggle or SR latch on here, so it just keeps the server closed, because it might just close it for like a second and then unclose it. But yeah, that way is a bit less efficient, because randos can still join the lobby for like a little bit. But that's how you make a matchmaking system. Now I'm going to show you how to combine that with a party system, so that way you can get into lobbies with your friends specifically. Now, the list of requirements for a party system are going to be a bit longer. What you're going to need is a max team sign, a variable definition. So like you're going to need basically just try and have all the variable stuff. You won't need all of it, but it's helpful to have most of them. And you're also going to need the closed server block again to match it with the matchmaking. And then you're also going to need some team stuff. So you're going to want like a max team sign, a join team button, and you're going to need a recall teleporter and a passageway of some kind. The first thing you're going to put down is some kind of recall area. So you're going to have, let's just put down, it could be any passageway. The portal's the best one probably. You're going to link that, you're going to first of all color it whatever color you want, doesn't matter. You're going to link that to the room you want, and then once it's linked, just build some walls around it or something. Alright, once you have your box around the portal, you're gonna get a recall teleporter. And then you're gonna face that down directly as close as you can get it to the portal. You're gonna paint that whatever color you want the team of the party to be. And then you're gonna hook that up to a receiver. Next thing we're gonna build is the actual team. So I made the team orange, so I'm gonna paint this orange, and then you're gonna put down the. You're gonna put down a max team sign. So let's say you want a max party size of 4. You just set it to a max of 4. But for the sake of mine, I'm just gonna set it to 1. Now this part isn't required, but I feel like it makes it better. But I like to put like a gate or something around the button, so that way once the team's full, people will know. Alright, so I have a box around the join team sign. So first block you want is the variable player team count setter. It's a handful of a name. And then just paint this the color of your team, and then the actual variable color doesn't matter, but set that to whatever you want. And then have that always powered with a power block. You're also going to want to have a definition placed down, so that way it knows if it will actually work, because if you don't have this, it won't work. Next, you're going to want to place down a variable greater than block, and then set that to 0. So that just means if there's anybody on the team, it will start better. So I'm adding a timer to the party. So once the party reaches, or once there's anybody in the party, a time starts, and then once that time ends, people will get sent into the map. So just hook up to the join team block, hook it up to an AND gate, and then set that other AND input to if there is one person on the team. So it just makes it so once the first person joins, it will start the countdown. Then you want to hook this up to a variable setter and then set that value to whatever you want the timer to be. I'm going to just put it to 10 seconds. And then you can put down the display, and then of course you have to put down the definition. Once you have the greater than block, you want to hook it up to a clock pulse, and then hook that up to the blue input of your countdown variable. For me, it's cyan, and for you, it could be whatever color that this one to. So now you see the gate's closed, even though there's nobody on the team, which we don't want. We want it the other way. So you're gonna get a variable less than block. You're gonna hook that up to the gate, and then set the value of that to the max of the team, which for me is 1. Oops, I didn't pick it up correctly. So I have 1, so I set this to 1, and the gate opens, but if I join the team, it will close because the team is maxed out, and nobody else will be able to join. And that just gives like a visual input rather than just people trying to join the team even though it's full. The last thing you have to do is put down an equals block of the countdown color. Set that to 0, so when the countdown's over. You're gonna want to also hook that up to an AND block, and then you want to hook up the AND other input to greater than block of the team variable, and set that to 0. And then you're going to want to hook that up to the transmitter color of what you put as the recall teleporter. Now this is all complete, and what it will do is once somebody joins the team, a timer will start, and then once the timer ends, it will teleport everybody on the team into the map. So when I join the team, since I'm 1 person and the team is it's max of 1, the door closes. If I set that to something else, then it wouldn't close. And then once it reaches 0, I get teleported. So that was how to add matchmaking and a party system to your community mode. And I hope to see this used in more community roads in the future, and I'm excited to see what you guys did with it. So if this helped you, like and subscribe.
Hello, your neighbor. Goodbye, see you later. This place was